Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for all the time you've given to the bill, all of you. I remain extremely concerned about this bill, as do many people out there. I worry, first of all, because to me it still reflects, despite some of the language changes, which do show that there was listening and an acknowledgement that people are concerned about it. But I still worry about the original discourse and the original intent that kind of brought this bill forth. If I look back over all if I look back at the governor's budget book, if I look back at some of the things, the videos and the papers from the transition team, there is still there was an implication there of it, not an implication, there were clear indications that forced regionalization and redistricting. The word redistricting was used many, many times in those materials, not just the original bill. There was this indication that that was necessary. Again, the reasoning, the rationale of efficiency, cost savings was always brought up. Nothing about quality of education, impact on that. And when I look at this, I think if the intent were really to save money, there would be two things happening. One, there would be recognition in the language and in some of the debate that school districts all over the state have regionalized and shared services with each other and with their towns, voluntarily and without urging from outside, and that there are now many school districts that are seeking to do more of that. At the same time, if that was to be encouraged, there would be an effort in the proposed bills to remove any barriers that would keep school districts that seek to regionalize from doing so. There are a number of examples, but I'll cite one, which would be binding arbitration rules that make combining two sets of staff extremely difficult between two districts. If school staff, boards of ed, and town government officials want to learn more about best practices, they need only ask their area colleagues, their COGs, and their RESCs. There's a lot of information out there. There's also a number of education stakeholder organizations that can provide plenty of information. But there's funding in the governor's budget, hence the JFS to approps, I imagine. There's funding in the governor's budget of nearly $1 million to create and run this commission. I don't see a reason to spend that money, especially in our severe budget straits, because I don't see a reason for this bill. But what's most disturbing to me is the thinking and around the original language of the bill and the current language of the bill are all based on the premise that effective local school districts must be prodded somehow to act in their own best interests. So many school districts in Connecticut are effective and efficient already, and I don't believe the state has any business spending time and energy interfering with them. So I will be voting no on this bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.